So it's October 15th, 2020. I'm doing Choolow security as Cho, and being born the highest pinnacle star person and being treated like the dirt in that pile over there. Today I'm doing laundry. Linda washed it, something's wrong with their dryer, so I had to come to a public drying facility in order to dry the clothing for her. And then I'm going to go back. I've been in her vehicle. I went down to Bay Terrace and I was holding public court yard as star committee, myself as a listening device, being my human Russian nesting doll in America. For my federation, my Federal Bureau records, mi familia. Because here's what happens. There was Mike and Robin in the same courtyard as a living arrangement. It's a building that's built around like a cloister where you have a central garden, like a garden apartment, I guess you would say, in an arrangement, and then a garden in the center. So Mike and Robin lived in one corner, ding ding, and Mike and Alice lived in the other. Mike and Robin had a daughter named ZINA, red-headed Hebrew, got to go to Hebrew school, lucky her, and she had a mother, Robin, who was very smart and very much in the know, that I actually, while she was a little aggressive, I appreciated her aggressiveness if she was going to be defending me for some reason in the future. We call that chutzpah, right? But ZINA was older than I was. ZINA wound up getting, like a year or two older than myself. ZINA wound up getting a job at FIT, Fashion Institute, some job at Macy's, and then I think at Google or whatever. Now, ZINA also has a sister named Kimberly, who is younger than I am. She's the same age as Donna. So now, Maria and I so ZINA came first. She had no problem getting education, job, whatever. Then I come along as the supernova superstar and the death clock. Mike and Alice appear out of nowhere, and they have this daughter named Maria, supposedly born, nobody can verify it, July 19th, 1978. And then some years later, they had a daughter by the name of Donna, about the same time that Robin had Kimberly. Now I'm just curious, years after the fact, was because Yeshiva came in out of nowhere to educate Maria in the treason and the turnover. See, Michael Merz's mother in Old World was very respectable and very believable. I appreciated her demure demeanor. Michael, on the other hand, was a treasonous fuck. Like Ricky Ricardo in a comedian role, but treasonous, beseeching me every time he opened his mouth, which means he's lying like a fucking dirty whore every time he fucking opened his mouth in my presence, trying to trick me into falsifying records elsewhere, but I'm star committee, so it doesn't work that way, you fucking stupid piece of shit. So that's that. Donna, so Gina and George, since they're the same color as Maria, and didn't want all of their people to die in a horrific war, came in out of nowhere to try to teach Maria not to be like Michael and actually help me out and to stick with my story. Don't know what kind of education Donna got because she was never around. So that's how that one goes. But I will tell you, when you own a set of star manuals and books, and you tell the children of Earth that they're not allowed to study it, they're not their books, they're not their words, they're not their... In fact, the people own nothing. And on your return, they must listen. That works except in like the Asiatic countries. They seem to be an egotistical machine that needs to be completely annihilated in massive quantities. Because here I am for 42 years in America, in New York. They have flown themselves all over the place, lied to everybody. That's why in their home territory, they are so stringent under the federal law of the planet that they are to put to death immediately with no trial. Yeah, that's what I needed here. I did not need these new social types taking the curriculum that we set forth for the planet and then teaching it in a more humane, scientific way where all of the world's criminals are now building up in the United States of America. They had their next gen of children and they pretend like that wasn't what they got away with last generation. I'm still here, assholes. And that death clock, tick, 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 boom. None of your genetics are with me in the future if you got my part wrong here and you didn't do the cleanup that was needed. Why are there so many Asian teachers of science, poli-science, and engineering and so on and so forth? They're not allowed in that field, period. Farmers, flip-flops, sandals, that's it. I'm about ready to take away their electric completely. And we're going under the claw law. They will have no digits on their hands, on their anatomy in the future, should I allow them to continue their disgusting ugly, because I don't need them finding like manual overrides for shit that I needed shut down, and clearly they are not trustworthy people. And here I am, it's year 2020, I'm 42. I'm still the one-star committed, has no fucking choice in the matter, because you shitbags can't seem to fucking get your parts right. None of the laws here were set by me. I mean, when you're holding on to your United States of America and your Department of New York State by, like, your pubic hairs, I don't really give a fuck. I don't want to stay here. I don't like it here, and I don't belong here. In fact, MEGHAN Trainor was on the radio, my spracha, saying, I'm all about the base. Yeah, I am. Where's my fucking bunker mate and my military base? B-A-S-E, because I'm in treble and base, B-A-S-S, in Soviet-sized garbage bags, because that's what the Chinese asshole has afforded me this life, where they stole everything along with Michael's disgusting color gi yeshivas. So now that I hate you all equally, as I come, I go, it is your behavior that earns my respect. Thus far, you're doing poorly.